Hello, thank you for watching the Jakarta Globe News channel. I am Florence Armein. On The Perspective today, two of my very favorite things. Inspiring female figure and a documentary filmmaker. Two in one, I get Vivian Idris on The Perspective. Thank you for coming today. I know we've pushed this back a few times, but I'm so happy that you finally made it here.
No problem.
Vivian, your latest project, Torajamelo. It's a documentary film on ikats or weaves.
Toraja weaving.
Toraja weaving. It was screened last month.
Last month,
correct?
In Erasmus Hayes.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? How did that go?
Okay. The screening went quite well, very well. Actually, about 70 or 80 people came, which such short notice, we can say, and a lot of quite important figure came. There were people from the Ministry of Industry, people from Backcraft, and of course Torajamelo themselves, and then people from Education Ministry, and a lot of Toraja younger generation, people who wants to learn about their culture, and then there were some people also from Indonesian textile enthusiasts. So it's a great discussion.
It's exactly the crowd of the people that you want to screen the film to.
Yes. So this film is not actually a mainstream film where everyone can enjoy it, but it's a specific group of target audience that we invite, because we aim for this film to have a benefit, you know, directly through to the weaving society of Indonesia, the weaving community of Indonesia.
You mentioned earlier, last minute. Was that intentional, or it's something you wanted?
It is a design. It's by design. So that was it's designed with the purpose of creating this film. Actually, as a filmmaker, as a documentary filmmaker, I have several angles to take from one subject, and then along our research, we found that most of the weaving community in Indonesia faces more or less the same threat, It's the difficulties of marketing the product, It's the difficulties of almost or nearly extinct, or if not extinct community. So I think by choosing a particular point of view with this film, we can make use of this medium, the audiovisual medium, to do something, or to prevent extinction, to help prevent extinction in the weaving community in Indonesia.
We're not just referring to Toraja, but any other weaving clothes from any parts of Indonesia. Were there any discourse, any plans, any follow-up from your movie screening that you would like to pursue?
Yes. So from the beginning, we have designed this film to be screened in the weaving communities all over Indonesia. It's quite ambitious, yes, but I think we can do that. Of course, not alone. We can work with a lot of communities in the cities, or in the grassroots level. And then I would also like to screen this film with activists who work in the community base, or working with a local community commodity. And then we also want to screen this film to decision makers, of course, so they can, they can do something, or they can see the reality on the field, and then, try to do something out of this.
When was your relationship with weaving, in general, with weave started?
Okay, so I think as an Indonesian woman, right after we were born, we were introduced to textile, to traditional textile, And then,
that long batik cloth that your mom used to carry you on?
Yes. It's the our love story with traditional textile. And my late grandmother from my mother's side was also a batik trader. So it has some history. My late father, he collected old textiles. So I think it starts from there. I mean, it's quite common in Indonesian family to have a strong inclination to traditional textile. But then this weaving is actually, it was a hobby, but then when I met Dini Yusuf, I known her since '98, and then we met again when she invited me. She has a a little booth in Inakraf a few years ago, and she asked me to come. I was like, you know, what is she doing now? You know, because I volunteered in Suara Ibu Peduli a long time ago. That's where we met, and then suddenly I saw her selling these little bags made of Toraja weaving, and I didn't ask anything because she was very busy selling, and I was just like, you know, looking from afar. Okay, this is what she's doing. And then not long after that, I read from media, from papers, from magazine. Oh, she was doing something, something good, something rather important with this with Toraja weaving. So I came to her. I say, you know what? I like to make a short profile about you, probably 3 minutes, 5 minutes, about, you know, Indonesian women. I think what you did is important. And then we had a long talk because we haven't met for so many years. And she came back to me, and then why don't we make a documentary film about Toraja weaving?
We'll talk about that documentary film after the short break. Sure.